Hi, hello. In this video, I want to talk about the six position switch. And as we all know, the T16 has this this stack here of for a six position switch, which help us a lot. I'm using these actually as everybody else, I think, for flight mode switching. Doesn't matter if it is for autopilot or beta flight or iNav. I think everybody is using these for flight mode switching. And I had the need to add another six position switch because I'm about to build a light system for my fixed wing airplane based on the real ones, and for that I am about to write a script, a firmware for a small Arduino that will control all the lights getting from the airplane receiver, getting a PWM signal, and switching the lights accordingly. Okay, so for that I have programmed these two switches to have that same function as those six buttons. But as I'm talking about this function, I can also give you the curve values that I've found to be the most accurate, at least for the autopilot system. So let's go into model curves. All right, and here is the first curve. It's for the flight mode. Let's get into it. And see, this is a 6-point curve, of course, because we have six switches. And the values that I've found to be the best ones are 100 on the first point. Minus 100, minus 40, minus 15, 11, 36, and 74. All right. So for me, this is working very well for the autopilot flight controller modes. You can copy it for yourself if you want. And now, so this is for these six buttons. Now let's talk about the light system. So for the light system, I want to have six positions, and the first position will be all off. All the lights will be off. On the second position, I want to turn on only the beacon. The beacon, normally it's the small red light that turns on the airplanes, on the belly of the airplane and on the top of the airplane, showing that the motors actually, this is actually inverted. So this will be the second and this will be the third. So on the second position, I want to turn on only nav lights and strobes. So the red and green on the edge of the wings, and the white strobes. On the third position, I want to turn on those two plus the beacon showing that the motor is about to start or it's working. For the fourth position, I want to, as you see here, I want to have all those lights on plus taxi lights. On the fifth position, I want all these lights on plus the landing light turning off the taxi light. On the sixth position, on the sixth, I'm coming back to this. Only beacon, nav and strobes. Alright, so showing on the switch, this is the first stack position, the all off, nav and strobes, nav, strobes and beacon, taxi light, and nav, strobes and beacon plus taxi off, landing on, landing off. I'm flying now, so and now the reverse. So I'm preparing to land. I turn on the landing lights. I've landed. I turn off the landing and turn on the taxi lights. Right? I'm on the parking lot, so I switch, and I only have nav, strobes and beacon. I've disarmed the motor, only nav and strobes. If I am about to turn off and disconnect the battery, I put it there and I have the system all off. So as you see, this is a natural sequence. Put the battery on, all lights. I'm about to arm the motor there. I'm about to move the plane there. I'm on taxi. I'm going now to the runway. I get to the runway, landing. I take off. I'm on the air, landing off. I found this sequence really natural. So this is the sequence, and now let's see how I did it. So for that, I found that that for me it was better to have two separate curves, this one and this one. This is for the first three positions, with this one down, and the second one for the other three positions, so when this is up. And just one small note, I also found that this configuration that I'm about to show, it can also be used on the Taranis radio for the 6 position setup for flying modes, and you avoid being jumping through the modes, because on the Taranis, if you use just one curve like this on the setup that you often find on YouTube for Taranis, normally you end up having something like one switch position will be position 1, the next will be the 3, the next will be the 5, and then we go back to the 2, and then for the 4, and then to the 6. So it will be something like this. So if you use these two curves in the way that I'm about to show you, you will end up going from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 and to 6 and backwards. I think this is a more natural way to do things. All right. So let's see the curve values. For this I'm using only a 3-point a 3-point curve with the values of on the first curve -100, -59 and -18. On the second curve you can note those values because I'm pretty sure that you can use them as they are. For the second one I'm gonna have 100 positive, 59, 18. So exactly the same values that I had on the other one, but on the positive side. The curves are set. Then we have the logical switches. No, actually I've done it on the mix. So there they are. As you see on the mix, I've done this already some time ago, so I don't remember exactly what I have here. Yeah, I don't have nothing there. Everything is done under the mixer tab. And on the output, I don't think I have. Yeah, this is just the endpoints, the minimum and the maximum that I've set for a 97.7 minimum negative, and for the max 97.7 to have an exactly 1000 milliseconds and 2000 milliseconds as minimum and maximum when it gets to the autopilot. So nothing is done here, really important. Everything is done over here under mixer tabs, and this is where I will mix those two switches together with the curves. So for the first switch, and I'm using channel 10 for the nav lights. Let's open this one and see what's done inside it. Add it. Okay. So just for you to know, SE and SF. Let's go and see what is done here. So source will be the SE. This is a 3-position switch. Weight and offset. You can put this on weight 80 and offset -20. The curve will be the first curve, navigation lights 1. That's the name I gave to the curve set, and then switched this function. It's switched by the switch SF1, which is the 2-position switch. Off, 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 off. Let's go to the other one, which is this one. You see, curve 1, curve 2. Edit. Again, the 3-position switch. Again, the same weight and offset. Now I'm using the curve 2 and the switch 2 positions. So basically, these two are identical. The only thing that is different is the curve that you are using. Okay, so let's go over the monitor and next page, and that's the channel that we want to see moving. So I'm gonna start by these, and then these, and then these, and then these. Let's see what does it does. Attention to this line. So everything is off. Now I have navigation and strobes, navigation, strobes and beacon. taxi lights, landing light, and I'm on the air, preparing to land. Landing light, I'm on the ground. Taxi light, I'm parked. Taxi lights off. I only have the beacon, nav, and strobes. I've cut the engine off, just nav and strobes. I'm about to switch off the plane, all off. So as you can see, it's always growing up and growing down in a natural way, instead of the way that people used to set it up. So that's well, I can explain just a little bit in here. Mixer. Why do I have this 80 and 20? Basically, if we have these, and because I have one curve like this and the other one like that, this has negative values and this one has positive values. This one, this curve, it's sending the switches for this side of the graph, and as this one has positive values, is sending the 3 switches for the positive side. And for this to be accurate, I had to change, to move the values, being the maximum at 80%, not on 100. Okay, so I have reduced these and then used the offset to move it just a little bit more. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I hope you have learned something more today about the not exclusively about the T16. This can be applied to any OpenTX radio actually. Okay, so thank you for watching. See you on the next one.